Okay, so in this lecture we'll be covering nomenclature of cyclic alkanes. Okay, nomenclature. Okay, so let's suppose we have compound like this substituted with CH3 group. So its name would be methyl cyclohexane or 1-methyl cyclohexane. So in this type of compounds, actually rings are considered to be a part of a parent carbon chain till the number of carbon atoms in the rings are greater than equal to the substituents, right? So let me write this formally. So ring is actually considered to be a parent carbon chain till the number of carbons in the ring is greater than equal to the number of carbons in substituent or substituents better. Okay, so in this case the number of carbon atoms in the rings were 6, in the ring were 6, but for the substituent they were only 1. So the nomenclature would be based upon the number of carbon atoms in the ring, which is 6, hence word root would be cyclohexane. Cyclo is the prefix, or the word root would be hexane. Okay, so let us delve into more such examples. So if you have something like this, so what would be the nomenclature for this? As we said that the ring is considered to be a parent carbon chain till the number of carbons in the ring is greater than equal to number of carbon in the substituent, but in the substituent the number of carbon atoms are greater than the number of carbon atoms in the ring. Hence the word root would follow but and ane, and I'll be counting the number of atoms, carbon atoms from 1 as the first carbon atom will have substituent position 1 cyclopropyl. Okay, now if you have something like this, then obviously number of carbon atoms in the substituent is equal to the number of carbon atoms in the ring, hence the word root would follow from the ring. So cyclopropane, and before that 1-methyl ethyl, right? For this thing 1-methyl ethyl. Okay, now for this example, one, two, three, four, hence name would be based on this thing. So hexane, or better cyclohexane, and it would be nothing but 3-methyl butyl cyclohexane. Okay, if we have something like this, then the IUPAC name would be 1,1-dimethyl ethyl cyclohexane. So what you can do now is I will be writing some of the names. You can just pause the video after I draw the structures, think about its IUPAC name in your mind and just play the video. So whatever your mind says, if it matches with my answers, then good luck, you are on the right track. But in case of any discrepancy, you can again uh, see the videos, uh, see the previous video or something like that, and again just brush up your understanding on the same, and again answer the questions more accurately. Okay, so if you have something like this, so the IUPAC name would be 1-methyl propyl cyclohexane. Okay, if we have something like this, then its name would be 1-ethyl to 1-methyl ethyl cyclohexane. Okay, if we have something like this, then its name would be 1,2 ethyl 1-methyl cyclohexane. If we have something like this, then its name would be 2-ethoxy 1,1 1,1 dimethyl 1,1 dimethyl cyclohexane. So I hope you remember that for the ether functional group we add some prefix like alkoxy. So in this case, this alkane part was eth, had a word to eth, so it is nothing but ethoxy. So we could have given this as our first carbon atom and this as our second carbon atom, then the chain would have looked like I have substituents at 1, 2 and 2 position. Or if I would have given this as my first carbon atom, then it would have 1, 1, 2. So I preferred this as per the rules. So we have hence this as our IUPAC name. Okay, so we have something called CCl4, then the IUPAC name would be 1,1,1 tetra chloromethane. If we have something like this, then the IUPAC name would be 1,2-dichloropropyl hexane. Dicyclo, I beg your pardon, it is dicyclo propyl hexane. if we have something like this, then its IUPAC name would be based on this um, ring, as number of carbon atoms in this rings are greater than the number of carbon atoms in the below ring. So it would be nothing but 1 cyclobutyl cyclohexane. Okay, now if you have something like this, and CH2Br, so this name, its name would be 1 chloro methyl, and its name would be 1 bromo methyl. As if I do the numbering from this carbon or from this carbon, the substituents would be at position 1, 4, and similarly for this 1, 4. So how do I follow the rules, or according to the rules, this is actually at higher preference than this. So I would be naming this for the first position and this for the fourth position, and then I'll be writing hexane. Okay, so this completes our some of the practice on the naming of cyclo compounds. So in the next lecture I'll be covering nomenclature of alkenes and alkynes. Okay.